太直了，要拧一下。对呀，要后面。看不到，他们已经他们已经放别的东西了，看不到。可以了，很棒。
谁要 台这里有捡到一个主题卡，啊，你们 check 一下看看，你们 check 一下，啊，不是自己的不要认了哦。啊，司仪台这边有捡到一个主题卡，你们自己 check 一下，看看是不是自己掉了，看看是哪一位掉了哈、是自己的才要自己承认的哈、不要说不是自己的也上来领，只有一张而已。
对，所以要 match 它平行。
啊，已经找到主人了。阿弥陀佛 ，hello hello hello hello。阿弥陀佛，大家好。我们还有5分钟，我们的读书会就要开始了。那同样的，请大家要记住，要保持安静，在读书会的期间一定要保持安静。还有呢，请大家将您的手机调为震动或者关机。请问一下在场的你们，大家都读过《自己与自己聊天》这一本书了吗？有没有？有的举一下手，好不好？都没有啊。那今天呢，大家一定要很仔细哦的聆听啊上师的导读。那同样的，我再次的提醒大家，如果大家在读书会期间呢有报名的话呢，那一定要保持安静。好，谢谢。或者呢，在读书会的期间呢，大家可以先聆听完导读之后呢，也有时间报名的。
Thank you. test test 啊 test OK yeah test test
阿弥陀佛。还有2分钟哦，大家你讲话就2分钟之内要讲完了哦。2分钟之后呢，我们的读书会就要开始了。谢谢大家慢慢的安静下来，谢谢你们。各位上师、教授师、法师同们、善心大德，以及网络直播线上的各级弘法人员及同们，大家午安，大家好！欢迎大家再次来参加苏墨传世间读书会。今天我们读书会为大家邀请到彩虹雷藏寺释莲勤上师来与大家分享师尊的文集第246册《自己与自己聊天》。让我们以最热烈的掌声欢迎莲勤上师。现在我们先请真佛波耶藏基金会的代表线上供养，以表诚挚的谢意。接下来我们一起来聆听莲勤上师的导读。
首先，请我们大家恭敬合掌，顶礼根本传承上师，莲生活佛。历代传承祖师，诸佛菩萨护法诸天，祈恩加持我们导读吉祥圆满，名扬两利。师尊、师母、上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教、堂主，各位同门，还有网络上的同门，大家下午好。接着这次呢，我给大家介绍这一本《自己与自己聊天》。一听到这个名字你就觉得有点闷吧？自己跟自己聊天，那其实呢，你能够自己跟自己聊天呢，是一种大智慧。这里面是一种很大的智慧存在。为什么呢？很多时候，只要你心不清净，失去了这个平衡心，你自己跟自己就聊天聊不成。
Your balance.
就好像法院里面法官或者是陪审团，
It's like there's
他一
no
知道你跟这个人有关系，你就不可以做陪审团，因为他的心不平衡，会偏向这个，偏向那个，所以自己跟自己就聊不成了。自己跟自己聊天，
when you
也
lose
是
your
一种
balance,
自他复放法的意思。
you will be lost. But there's a way that people talk to
所
themselves.
以这里
You
面
know
呢
what
是
that means?
非
When you
常
talk to
重要
yourself,
包括
that means you put yourself
智慧
in someone else.
凭所
Under
作之，
try to
就是
exchange your
一定要
thought. It's like
达到这种。
you are trying to
然后呢，
understand your inner self.
现在我跟大家，我只因为只
Right
是介
now,
绍。
I
刚
just want
才
to
林上
introduce.
师讲，大家有没有带这本书啊？那
Did you
很多
bring
人
this
都
book
没
with you? A
带
lot of people have
都没
not.
带不要紧。
That's all
那
right.
因为为什么呢？
Why
我
is
所
that
说的
so?
也不是按照书上面的一
Because
页
what
一
I
页的
talk
翻下
about,
去，
I'm
跟
not
大家
following
介
the
绍。
book page by
我是
page
看过
as I
之后，
introduce it.
然后
After I
把这
read,
本书
after I read it,
简单式的介绍给
I
大家。
want to introduce this book
然后
to
呢，
all of
让
you
希望的
briefly,
能够大家
and hope that
都得到利益。
all of you can receive
因为他自
benefit.
己跟自己聊天，
When you speak to yourself,
只有自己才懂得自己，
because only you can
只有
understand
自
who
己
you are, only yourself.
才知道
You
自己
know.
到底有没有说谎，
Did you
到
lie
底
to yourself?
是不是事实的真相。
Is this the real truth?
所以自己跟自己聊天，
So you, when you talk
平
to
时聊久
yourself,
了，你就会产生智慧。
after a while, you will have wisdom.
很多时候啊，
A lot of time,
对着别人的时候，
when you
因
facing
为我们人
others,
啊，这个面子
because as human being,
面子的关系，
some because of an ego, we just
所说的
what we say, because of
会
pride,
产生就是说一种谎言呐、什么的。
we will
那你一句
lie.
谎言要用100句的
Because
谎
when you
言
tell
去掩饰
lies,
这个谎
then
言，
what happened? You gotta
所以只
say
有自己
100 more
跟自
lies
己
to
聊天
cover. So
才是最真实的。
So when you talk to
因为很多
yourself, it's a real. Then you being truth to
真
yourself.
实是很残酷的。
And
当你
because
知
you
道
know the
真相
truth
的时
hurts,
候，
but
这
if
个
you know
真
the
相
real
啊，
truth,
有时候不知道还好，
sometimes better not to
知道
know
了
the truth when you
反
know
而对
it,
自己更加大的压力。
and give yourself
在这本
much
书里
more
面，师
pressure in
尊
this book.
深入浅出的
Grandmaster
介绍，
tried
从
to
各方面
introduce to us in a simple way, but very much in depth.
360度的
He let
各
us look,
种的方法
understand the situation in 360
来介
degrees,
绍，
in
以
different
师
ways,
尊自
different
己跟自己
angle.
聊天的方式
Mm,
告诉大家
Grandmaster tried to let us know how he talked to
如
himself,
何
to analyze things within. How do you try really hard to
跟佛菩
practice?
萨走的
How
慢慢
do you
跟佛菩萨越来走
be
得
able to
越
walk
近。
closer and closer to
那很多时
the
候呢，
Buddha and to the
我这里就
Bodhisattvas?
讲到一些，就
Right
就跟
here, I
大
want
家
to tell
很想
you
跟大家讲到一些的是什么呢？
what I'm trying
那
to
我
tell
们
you.
平时这一些，就要从平时的开始。
Well, we start
很多
from
我
in
们来到
our
庙，
daily life.
我们看到
A lot of time we come to the
师尊
temple,
在
we see
因为师尊
grandmasters.
呢是佛，
The grandmaster is the
无处不在。
Buddha, and he's everywhere.
但我们就要很小心的，我很小心的是什么呢？
What you got to be very careful is,
比如说，
for
平时
example,
师尊在走路，师尊
and
在
grandmaster's
吃
walking,
饭，
when grandmaster's
师尊在
eat, having his meal, or
那我们都
grandmaster
要
paying
恭
homage
敬
to the
合掌，
to the
然后呢，就
Buddhas.
说
We should be absolutely
很
have
起那种非
honor
常
and
恭敬
respect
恭敬的心来
towards
对我们的上
grandmasters.
师
This is the only
那
way.
合掌，在那
And
里
you put our
跟着
palms
师尊，
together and
这
walk
种一种
beside him
也
to
是一
follow
种礼
him.
貌。
And that's also a
按
form
照
of manner.
现在的
and
来
etiquette.
说，这是一种礼貌，但其实这里面
Now, service, we talk
包
about
括很多
mannerism,
很多
but
的智慧。
in fact,
很
there's a
多
lot
人
more.
不小心以
Lot of-
为这些一
And
些
in
都
fact,
是
there's
很
not
小
a
的细
lot more
节。
knowledge in it.
包括
Not
师
that
尊摸
you
顶，
think that
那
when
我们不要给
grandmaster
师
give
尊
us
签名，只是摸顶加
when
持。
when grandmaster
师尊在
gives
走路的
us
时候，
blessing,
那
you
我
don't
们
want a
可以跟
grandmaster
随
to
着师尊走。
sign or ask for
师尊
anything
在吃
else.
饭的时
Just
候，
let
我们
him
不要大
focus
声
on
的
what he
喧
does.
哗，
When grandmaster
聆听
having
师
his
尊的
meal,
开示。
don't talk so loud
种
because
种。
you want to listen to his
因为
teachings.
为什么呢？
Why
这就是
so?
培养我
But
们
it is
如何
to
可以
culture
把心给静下来。
ourselves, how
你
to
只有
be,
心静下
how to
来，
quiet down your heart. When you're able to quiet down your
心
heart,
才会平衡，
then you'll be able to
平衡的。
balance, your heart be able to balance.
就变成
When
产
you're
生
able
一
to
种
balance,
平等的智慧。
then what
因为你
happened?
自
And
己要
you'll
跟
be
自己聊天啊，
you'll be able
你必须要有这种
to have
非常
equanimity for others. This
亲近的
is
心，
the attitude that one should have. Then,
然后
then
你
as
才
a result,
产
you'll
生这
be
个智慧。
pure.
会达到
When you calm and
知道这
pure,
个
then you
答
have
案
the wisdom, and then you'll be
这
able
个
to,
自己一
able to
问
find your
一
own
答出来的
answer
跟问
when
题
you
的问的
have any question in your mind. So you
是不是
you
对的？
ask, you'll be able to answer your question. But when you're
但这
quiet,
些呢
then
就要从
you
平时
you have to know, is this the right
我们
answer or not?
一些
But
记
how do you be able to have
开
this type
始
of ability?
为什
That's
么我
from
们
your
平时的行
daily
动
life.
行动就代表了心，
Because
当有
everything
一
you
些
do
这些
in
行
in
动
fact
出来的时候
reflection of
就是
your
由
heart.
心所发出来的。
Because everything or
无
all
意
your
之中
action
发出来的。
is from the heart,
所以如果
intentionally
我
or
们平时
non-intentionally.
无时无刻的
So
也都在把自己的心守住，
that's why it's very important that in our daily
各
life
种
we
动
should
作
get used to watch over our heart.
不做任何的，就是说
To
一
discipline
些小动作
yourself.
啊，
For
种种的
example,
认为这是很细微的、
in
无关紧要的。
yeah, you think
但
that
其
your
实这已
small
经牵
action,
动
how
了
do
你
you
自己
move
的
your
心。
heart, how do you move your
所
hand,
以
and maybe some sort of
看起来是
gesture,
很小的
all
事
this
情，
body language
但
and body
其实这个
gesture from you, to
时
you
间
may be
久
very
了
small,
你
but
就
it
会
in fact
慢慢的
it
越
play a
积越
big
多。
role because it becomes a habit.
那
Then
也
as a
慢慢的
result, this
历练，
small gesture, it
然后时间久
becomes
了之后呢，
a big
你会
problem
觉
in
得
the future.
自己会很舒服。为什么很舒服呢？因为自己是有一个真诚的心。
And then, but if you always watch
就好
over
像
your heart
吃
and
饭
always discipline
拿筷子，
yourself, then what happened?
你
You
心
will
念一动，
starting
手
to
就过去，就去夹东西，
you
这是
s-
很自然的。
you will starting to feel very
那我
comfortable in
们
your,
心
your
是要做
action.
到自
Now,
然
for
很自然
example,
很
when you
自
have
然
your meal, what do you happen? You put a
不要有
chopstick.
任何
Naturally, you
遮
reach out
掩，这就是
to
我
get your
们
meal.
所需要的一
And I
种
tell you what we
真
should
诚
do, learn to be
亲近的
truthful.
心。
You want to culture to have a peaceful heart, a pure heart.
这一本里
And
面
you
说
don't need to have
从
pretension.
很小的细节
And reading this
讲到
book
甚至
page by
讲到
page,
最后一些开悟，
and from
开悟
very
的行动
simple,
悟后起来
simple
起修。当初
view
我们
and
都
go
误
into
解，哎呀，
deeper
开
view.
悟了，
But
很厉
once
害
you
呀，
start
很
reading
棒啊。
it, you probably thought,
后
wow,
来师尊告
being
诉我们，
enlightened is
悟
one of the
后
big
起
things.
修，
But in
开悟的
fact,
是你找到一个方向，
what is enlightenment? It's just
要
you
去
know
实
your
践。
direction, how to practice,
就好像我
how
们
you
读书，
move
那我们
forward.
为什么读完
When,
书出
why
来
do you read
去
books?
工作？
Just like you will go to
人家要
school. Why do you go
interview
to school? Because after you go
问
to
你
school,
你
you
有几
have
年
find
工
a
作经
job.
验？
Then what
这工
happened?
作经
When
验
you go for
是很
interview,
重要。
the interviewer asks you,
读
do you have
书
any
是读书，
experience? Just like
实修是实
reading
践。
a book. Reading is just
在
knowledge,
理
but
论
you
跟
have to
实
use
践
it because without
两个
practicing it,
都是非常重要的。
you
那我
would
们在
not be able
书
to
里面
apply. So theory
学
and
到的是一
practical
种理论，
action,
平时
they are both
师
very
尊讲给我们
important.
听的，是
Grandmaster
一种
gives all
理
the
论。
knowledge
我
and
们
lot
知道了
of
理论之后，
philosophy. Once you know it, then what do
那
you do? You
实践
got
的时
to
候呢，
practice it. You
平
got
时
to
我们
use
的
it.
言行举
How do you
动
use it? Use it from your
都要
everything
很
you
小
do,
心
how you speak,
去遵
your
守。
how you walk,
为什么呢？
everything that
因
in
为
everything you
学佛
conduct
里
in
面
your daily life, you got to be very
在
careful
这里讲究的是
because
什么？
as
讲
a
究的平
Buddhist,
时，而不
we
是
we
我们法会来了，
we always
我们法会
watch over
法会上了
ourselves
结束了，
very intensively,
心就跑
not just during the
时时刻刻
ceremony. In
谨
fact,
记
you
着我
need
们
to
自己的
always
言行
remind
举动
yourself. You gotta always
因为
watch
只有
over
这样子，
yourself
我们心才
and
会清净。
and to
佛菩萨是非
discipline
常公
ourselves
平的，
in all
因为你
actions,
所做的事
mind,
情是
and
给
thoughts,
做
and
做
action.
任何事情，
Because you know
都是为
everything you
自己
do, you do it for
为
yourself.
了平复你自己的心，
Because everything you do, you try
而不
to
是
what
做给别
discipline
人看。
yourself. You do it for the
是做给
benefit
自
of
己看。
yourself. You're
对不
not
对？
doing it for
问自
others.
己。
You're not giving a
所以呢，
you're not doing it for
你
others
付出
and
多
as
少，
an act.
你就会得到多
Yeah.
少。
Buddha is very, very compassionate
这
and
几秒之
they're
中
also very fair. So whatever you do, they know it. They are aware of
没有任
what,
何
what
的
kind of effort you have
取巧，
put out. And in fact,
只有
you
真诚的去
in
念，
fact you gotta
从
honestly
念佛最基本
practice
的
it.
念佛
And
到
how we start.
修法。
Foundation is by
因
practicing
为
the
很多时候
Dharma,
你为什么心静不下
chanting the
来，进不了
Buddha's
三摩地，
names. Why
就是因为你心
we
静
are
不
not
下来，
able to enter
你
into
挂念的太
samadhi?
多，
Because you have too much in your mind.
挂
You
念的太多。
cannot let your heart calm down,
很
and you
多
have
时
too
候
many
我也有看
thoughts.
到
You're too
人家
involved.
在念佛，
I see
哇，这
people
个念佛器里
when
面
they're
的手
using
指
their
震动的频率，
counter.
我想我怎么做不到啊？我
You
这么
know,
快，我是想
and I see people using a
最起码
counter
就
when
说
they
打动一
recite
下
the
阿弥陀
mantra
佛4个字好像
or
最广
chant
了
the
吧？
Buddha's name. Amitabha is
我怎么
very
嘴
short.
巴跟不上，
How
连
come-
意念都跟不上他的手
And
指？
in fact,
这
I'm
这么
trying to
厉害啊？
follow the person who
你觉得
hit
这样子
the
有效
button.
吗？
And in fact, I find the
很多时
button
候
is
我
hitting
看到
faster
有看到
than
哇，看
the
那个技术线，
verbal chanting.
我手都抽筋了。
And in fact, just watching,
如果这个咒语换成一个字，轰轰轰轰，
just
轰
watching the
或
action
者
from
有
the
可能
finger, I get cramp
所
just
以
by
这个是
watching
很
it.
重要。
At
连
this,
念
you
咒
know,
都是
when
要
you
由你心里
chant,
面发出去的。
you got to chant from the heart.
看书也是这样，
Just like reading the
看的
book,
是
the
真的
same
书，
thing. When you read
然后
grandmaster
在
books,
想，
after you read
看
it,
完
you
一段
gotta
之后，你
think
不要
about,
一
you
下
gotta
子，
think,
或者
you
是
gotta
说你可以
contemplate.
第一次一整本看完，
You know, you can read through the
然后
book
呢，
just one go,
再分开层次，
and then you
看完
read
之
it
后，
again
你学
and
着，就说在那里静
in
坐一下，
parts and break down
想
and
一想
different
里面
part
的
of
内
it, because you gotta read it and you
这才
gotta
有
think
用。
about it, you gotta
不然
contemplate
的
it,
话，
and
你
you
好像
gotta
在追书一
comprehend
样。
it.
哦，看完了，
That's very
一本
important. When you read it, you put it
是这个书还
aside.
没写说，哎呀，还没写，看完了没有？看完了。
And Grandmaster
现在在等下
asks you,
一本。
have you read the book? You say, yes, we have.
是
I'm
没有
reading for
的。
the next one,
就
next
算你全
published
部
book.
记起来，
But I
也是没
tell
用。
you, if you,
要
if you
怎么样？
memorize the whole book,
熟读之后，
in fact, it's you
把
not
它
benefit from it
消化掉，
because you need to
融会贯
digest
通。
it and you know how to use it.
知道你们讲什么，
You can understand
抓
what's
住这个大概。
inside. You gotta hold the
然
main
后呢，
point.
你可以试着讲给他
Then
们听，
try
或
to
者
explain
自
it
己讲给
and
自己
share
听，
with
这
others,
就是自己
to the
自己
Dharma brothers and sisters, or you can
因为你只
read
有
it
把它
and talk to
消
yourself
化了，
about it. Because once you digest it,
这个才是你的。
then
你
you
没有去消化，
obtain the
那我
knowledge
把
and
这个
it's
书本拿走，
all yours.
你怎么讲？
But if you
你就不能
just
讲
if
了。
you read it,
不
I take
小
your
心
book away,
我打了稿，
now what happened? You cannot
走到
talk.
半路
You
上的
don't
时
you
候
don't know how
拿
to
东西
explain
稿
it to
不见
give
了，
teaching.
完蛋！
What about if you drop the book?
现在我坐在上面，你们大家看着我，我看着你，
And in fact,
就
if
讲不
I
出来了。
if I lost my book, then I'm sitting on stage. What happened? I'm not able to give teaching. So we
把
must
它给消
work
化掉，
hard
把它给消化掉，
in our
把
daily
师尊
life.
给我们的，我们把它给消化掉。
So what
其实呢，
Grandmaster
介
gives
绍
us,
这
we
本
need
书
to absorb it
讲到重点的，
and
几
digest
分钟
it.
就够了。
And in fact, when you understand
重
it,
点来讲，几分钟就够了。
if you understand the main
但为什么
point,
还要
it
40分
only
钟，
takes
甚至
a few minutes
还是不够，还是显得不够？
to tell you what the main point
因
is.
为
But
里
why
面
we spend
我们
40
所
minutes
需要的
or
要
more
深入
time?
浅出的去讲。
It is
师尊的法
because we
在哪里？
want to tell you
师尊所
from
说的法，
the very
就是努
basic
力
point and go deep
让大家
into it. Grandmaster write
会
in
看到很
in
多
a write it in a very
哇
easy to
那些
understand
佛
fashion,
啊，
but there's
仁波
very
切啊，
very
他
in
们讲
depth.
的法是很深奥。
In that, if you listen to others,
打个比方来讲，
great
道
masters,
你
great
听的时候一个头
Rinpoche,
两个大，
I tell you, when they give
但其实它就是这
teaching,
么简单。
in
师
fact,
尊讲起来，
when
你
they talk
一下
about
子
it,
就明白。
so hard to understand. In
在
fact,
这个时候我就下
your
去
head
一个
just
消化。
swell up.
那
But your grandmaster give teaching, you can understand it
教
because
授呢
in fact,
会把问题
Buddhism
复杂化，
it's very simple.
因为他是教授，
And then most of the
老师
professor,
呢，
when they give
就把
teaching,
问题简单化。
and in fact, when they teach you, they make it very complicated because they're a professor. But
师尊
teacher
就
always
是
make
我们
things very
最好
easy.
最好的。
They want to make things easy
老师，
for the
老师
teacher, for the
他把
student to
所有的问
understand.
题
Grandmaster is the
都
best
简单
teacher
化，
ever because he just
让
want to
大家
simplify your
非
question
常
and
容易
give you a
的
very
明白。
simple answer that you really easily to comprehend.
让大家
Let all of
可以直
you
接
be
走过
able
去，
to
不需要
be able
兜
to get
兜转
to
转，他
be
把
able
自己
to
所有的
reach the
经历
sword,
写出来，
the other side
写在200多本书上。
in the most direct way,
所以
most
平时看
simple
书的
way
时候，
at the shortest
用心去
time.
看
Yeah.，
看完之
So
后一段
what
之后，
most important, you got to read Grandmaster book
大家可以
focus.
试一下，把
And
书放下来，
So after you read
然后呢，
Grandmaster book, put it
平心
down,
静气的做
and
个
I
深
want
呼
you
吸，
take a deep breath, calm yourself
闭上眼
down,
睛，
close your eyes,
好好的想一想，
and give a
感
good
受一下，
thought and feel it.
马上这里面的资料
And if you
变
do
成
that,
你们成长的饮料，
it become
很快就会属于你的。然后这个
your
时候
own
呢，
knowledge, your own wisdom to help you
讲
to grow. Then you
跟
can
同
give
门讲，
teaching. You can share
跟
your
自己
knowledge with
讲，
others. You can also tell
讲出来，
yourself.
那是
You
为了什
can
么？
speak it out.
巩固。
Why? It just why is
就好
that?
像
It just
我来
make it
到
a
美国
more
30几年，
solid. Like I've
这
been
个英
to
文啊，
US more than
半天掉。
30 years.
为什么？
I've been here 30
在纽
years.
约
My English,
20
it's so. I'm in New York for
也有去
29
学啊。
years.
这
I've
本
learned
学完之
English.
后，
After
整个
learned
纽约
it,
唐人街都是讲中文，
when
怎
I
么办？
tell you in New York,
做工
Chinatown,
讲
all
中
they
文，
speak is
回到家里讲中
Chinese.
文。
I go
还是
home,
帮
I
给
speak
他。
Chinese. Work,
这
I
样讲，
speak Chinese. If you don't speak it, everything I learn, I return it back to the school.
学完之后
After you learn
讲给
it,
同门听，
you gotta tell
讲
this
怕
to
同门
Dharma
怎么
brother and
样，讲
sister,
给自己听。
and
这
then
是
also
智慧。
tell yourself that is wisdom.
因为师尊天
Because
天传法，
Grandmaster give
真
teaching
写了200
every
多本
day
书，
and written more
很多
than
同本，
200
疏忽
somewhat
了
books, 270
师尊的法，这是很糟糕的。
books. But
师
you
尊书里面
know,
都讲过，
Grandmaster
曾经师尊
mentioned
想请一个仁波切
one to
到我们
invite
宗
a
派访
Rinpoche
弘法，
and to give teaching to propagate the
这个仁波
Dharma.
切不简单哎，
And
师
this
尊本来讲
Rinpoche
加上
is
庙里面收入，加上师尊的全部供养给他，
want to
不是他要开出价码，他要
want
先拿钱，
want to invite
再来给
this
弘
Rinpoche
法
give teaching. Want Grandmaster, all
也有很多
I'll give you
啊。
income,
Rinpoche 他们
the
啊
ceremony
我都听
income.
到啊，
I'll all
也有
give it
去
to
女人啊，
you,
其他
and
的
any books that sell,
到
I
那
also
里
give it to you. But the
我们进来
Rinpoche would
做
not
听他的
accept
法，
it. They want more.
要
They-
好几百块美金呐，
Do you know if you want to listen to
真的不
Rinpoche Dharma talk, you got to pay a few $100,
都有。
$300, $500. But what about grandmasters? In fact, grandmasters give you teaching. It's up to you, entirely up to you. Grandmaster is utmost compassionate, all in all.
还有一些就是说
And that's also
体
more.
现了一直讲都讲不完的，其实一直讲师尊的事
In
迹
fact,
，200多本书，
Grandmaster written so
怎么讲
many books.
讲
How?
不完的。
In fact, it's
我只是抽空出来
you.
讲一些，
You know, you will not be able to have
就好像
enough time to tell
也等
people
于今天
everything that Grandmaster have teaches us,
类似我自
everything
己跟自
that
己聊天，
Grandmaster has written
那
in the book.
你们在
And
下
in
面
fact,
也可以试一下，你
You
们自己
you
也
you
跟自
can
己聊天，
try. I talk to myself
我也可以
sometimes,
当做你们是我，
and
只
and
不
you
过
can
我
try
自己
it,
跟自己聊天。
and you can pretend, all of you in front of
时
me,
间了解
or when I do
智
that,
慧
I
就
actually talk to
产生了。
myself. When you talk to
只
yourself,
有自
then
己
your wisdom will
不会去
increase
骗自己，
because you do not
只有
lie to
自己
yourself.
回答的答案才是真的。
Because when you
只有
answer
自己
yourself,
说出来的
you
话
gotta speak
不会
the
去
truth to
不会谎
yourself,
言，知道自己在说谎。
because you know when you lie.
所以这本书，
This book
上一次讲的是
Last book I talked about. This book is
度过
I
生死
talked
的
to
大海
myself. Last book I talk
什么
about
事
crossing
情
the
都好
ocean in
像
life
都
and
一
death.
样一步一
You
步
know, I was
度过生
from
死的大
that book
海，
is
让
that
我们有
you
把
got
握的
to go step by step,
接下来
then you can
就
born the pure
向
land.
前再迈。
Now, but there is another book that you need to read. It's
每一个人呢，师尊
this
讲
is
的
the
话
book
很
when
多，但我们
Grandmaster
不要
give us a lot
反
of
驳
Dharma teaching,
适合自己
transmit a lot of the
就是
Dharma,
最好的。
please do not be greedy. You gotta find one that's best for you.
打个比方来讲，
Let's give an
我
example.
年纪大了，
I'm
那
older
我
now.
就念4个字，阿弥陀佛。
Well, what I just need to focus Amitabha. There's only
阿弥
4
陀佛
words.
是他最好的。
In fact,
你
it's
其他
best
多
for
大
the
的
elderly. Doesn't matter how great other
一个佛号，
Dharma
它
teachings
就已经是最好的。
are, because this Amitabha, this Buddha name,
所以自
is the
己
best for the
要
elderly.
知道自
You
己，
gotta know
自己
who
跟自己聊天的时候呢，
you gotta
会
know
明白自己
who you
自己
are.
想要什么，
You gotta understand what you want, what you need.
自己需要什么
You-，
哪个法
You can
是最
understand
适合
what
自
is
己的。
best for yourself, what is the best Dharma that
生命
fits you
成就。
well, like
一
chanting.
样成就。
You can attain achievement just by
很多时候，
chanting, called
在这
chanting
里，
achievement.
我就列一个例子来。
I'll give you an example
哈尼
now.
瓦世界的妈
Hanifa,
妈
Hanifa's mother, our
她以前
translator's
每个礼拜
mother,
来父母店，
she used to come here once a week to
我们
our
很多们都
Five
有看到
Home hall.
她，甚至有
lot
看
of
到
us
知道
have
这个
met
是
her.
哈尼瓦
A lot of people do not know she is Hanifa's, our translator's mother. She's very quiet.
她
Now
不会是菩萨，
she passed away, but you
这
know
是
she
默默耕
attained
耘的作用。你
bodhisattvas
所付出的
because she's
多
quiet.
少，
I tell you,
你就会得到。
whatever you give out, whatever
这是
you
举个
put out, you will receive
所以
equivalent.
说，他一个老人家
A
不跟你争，没有什么，就坐在角落。
You harvest the same. What you
哎，一个菩
put
萨
out
坐在那里呀，
You know, the
你们没人去理他
Bodhisattva
哎。
sitting down in the fire hall, just listening quietly.
但很多
Nobody
时候
knows
呢
she is Bodhisattva. She's just so
所以想
quiet.
到争什么？没
And
什么
she's not there to fight for anything. She's not involved in anything. And because there's nothing to fight for.
我们经常讲，少年的时候，
We often say, when you're young,
中年的
you
时候，
you go for the gusto.
创
You
业
go to
结
school,
婚，或
you
者怎么样。
worked, then you
再
maybe
创
want a
但
business,
到了
and you may want to have achievement, you want a family, you want to get
50
married and
岁左右。
children. But when you reach your 50s,
不管你事业有成没，
doesn't matter you have
差不
have
多
achievement or not.
子女也都长大了，
You know, you
真的
have
这个时候要
children
为自己
already.
想一想，
But I tell you, your children are
是
grown
不
up
是把剩
already.
余的时间
Now you gotta
为
be
自己
very,
而活。
you
以
got
前的
to
5、6、10年
evaluate what's important in your
是
life.
为别人在，
In your first 50
奔跑，
years,
在
you
努力。
run around for others
那最后
because
呢
of others. But now, your
剩下来
remaining
是不
time,
是要为自己？
then you gotta think, well, I need to do
然后既
something
然是
for
为自己，
myself. Now, if you
来
want
到
to do
庙，
things for yourself, you come to
我
the
所看到
temple.
啊，
I
庙
see a
里
lot
面
of people
我们的
come to
秩
the
序啊
temple.
乱哄哄的，
We can see that sometimes we're not so in order. Things may be in maybe in order. We can see people
没
have
有
bit
排
of
队呀，
maybe have
排队啊，
grumbling
种种啊，
because
不在那红红
we're not
红
lining
那
up
边
properly.
啊，过
People
火
might
啊，
butching in line. You know, I
种
am. You know, I'm
其实
standing
你
right in
光
front of
想
fire Homa. Sorry, I'm sitting right in front of the
排
fire
队，
Homa
自己这个时
unit, and
候
people
自己
lining
的
up
言行
to
举
receive
动
purification from the
已
fire.
经是代表了
And
你自
people,
己。
you know, butt in, and we see arguments. Or
平时很多时候你讲的
Now
再好，但是在言行举动
but
的时
then
候，
you may
在
be
关键的时
now
候，
look, you may be very
你
knowledgeable
就
with
会
Buddha wisdom,
无形之中
but
从心里面
your
就会
action
流露出来。
yeah, you know,
其
you
实
be
每
a
个
good
人
speaker.
他都有一
But the
个
thing is, when
界限。
you
打个比方来讲，
their
10
situation
块钱在地
happen,
上，
how do
1
you
分钱在地
react?
上没人捡，1块钱在
And
地上，
now
有
look,
的人捡，有的人不捡，
there's a penny on the floor.
钱呢，
People may not
就
pick
会
it up.
很多人都会捡。
You know, if it
100块呢，
$10 on the
1000
floor,
块呢，
people with more people
然
want
后
to
你
get
不
pick it up.
1万块呢，
So $1,
它这
$10,
是一个界限。
$100, or
这是
$1,000,
其实
the
也是
ante
就是
goes up. So
类
more
似你修
more
行
people want to fight
修到什
for
么
it.
程度？
So because everyone has their limit, everyone has a breaking point. Now talk
为什么很惭
about
愧
it.
呢？
Now talk about my own
前
cultivation.
一段我记
I
得
feel shameful.
在聊
Why?
天的时候，就
Because I was chatting.
我们说，哎呀，我们修行啊，
Because I said, I talk
我
about,
很惭愧，真的，
because
我不敢讲自己是个修行人。
because when I observe within myself, I'm afraid to say that I'm a
我们离
cultivator
修行很远，
because
所以我不敢讲，
I'm too far away
心里才会惭愧。
from
但这种惭愧的心呢，
I would say I'm not even close to the doorstep.
今天我介绍
I
这
feel
一种惭愧的心之后，要
but
经常保持着惭愧的心，
Even that I should
因为你
keep
有
that
惭愧的
in
心
mind, because when you
才会
feel
忏悔。
ashamed that
没
what
有惭愧的
happened,
心，
you feel regretful, then
你才
you
会
want to
进步。
repent. Because if you regretful,
有
then
惭
you will
愧的心，
improve. Without
你才会不断地去努力。
regretfulness, you will not try hard. And with this attitude, you keep on moving forward and keep
希望大
trying.
家
So I hope
明
all
白
of you
很
understand.
多时候无形之中
Without knowledge, without awareness,
怎么样？打个比方来讲，
how should I say?
不说这些话的，就说
Let's talk about your own feelings, how you feel. When you talk about
很难
Dharma,
去明白。
in fact, hard to
就像日常生
understand.
活之中，
You know, in your
我们
daily life,
有一些事业，
there's so
有一
many
些
things
成就。
happen. You might have some sort of
哎
achievement,
我是
or
老板，我有
you're
钱
a
我会怎么样？
boss. You
大家
talk
就会
about your past, about you have a
骄傲。
business. What happened? Talk
自
about your
满的心。
past, because when you have achievement, naturally
看
you
不
have
起
your
别人的
ego.
心。
Then you start to look down
因为
upon
这些
others.
心我曾经都有过，
Because I have these feelings
我曾
as
经都有
well.
那是因为佛菩萨
And
真
it's
的
because
很好。
Buddha really
我
kind
尝试
to
了很
me.
多，
I
来美
tried a
国
lot of things. You know, how do I
到有
come
钱，
to US?
到
You
什么
know,
都
I
有，
was a refugee and I have nothing, but then suddenly I worked and I have lots of resourceful.
上面一直滑下来。
And then in fact, from the top,
我学什
I'm
么，
sliding
我看
down.
一眼
Wow.
就会。
And in fact, a lot of things I
事业
take a
也有
look,
成，
I will know what to
人只是个
do.
算是这样的。
In very short period of time, I learned a lot, achieved a lot. But you know what happened? When you
会看不起别人。
and if your achievement comes so easily, then you have
所以这个时候
your
呢，
ego become bigger and bigger, and you become
Focus on that.
condescending to
滑
others.
下来，
Then you know what
看我
happened?
出
That's
家
why I fall
也
down.
跟着出
That's
家
why
的
I
有
climb. And when everything falls apart on me,
当初
oh, my
我对自
ordinate
己走下坡，
infinity
我对自己是
come
怨天怨
about.
地。
And in fact,
我
when
这样
things are
努力，
falling apart,
我手工这么
you
好，
know, I have good hands, I have
有
good
这种
skill.
能力，那我
Why
为什么事业还是做不
how come my
做得这么好呢？
business,
会
my
一下子跌下去的？
I had such a good business? How come suddenly I
出家
lost
之后才
everything?
知道，
But after I ordained, I understand
这是
now
佛菩萨给我的。
because they give this to me to give me
让我不要去
wisdom.
自满，
So they let me
让
understand
我经
not
常
to be so full.
认清自己的，
They want me
自己
to
该走
know
什么
who
路，
I am, recognize what
看
path
清
I
楚
should
自己，
take, and clearly
也正
know
因为
who
有
I
句话
am
叫
because
做
there's a
知
saying.
命认命，
You gotta know, you gotta know your life,
自己能当
and you
担
gotta
当多少，
then
就
you
担
also gotta know who you are. You only carry what you can carry.
不要超过
Do
自己的
not,
负荷，
in fact, do not take more than
增加自己的
you can
压
handle,
力，
because that
那
you're
样子
giving yourself
理想化
pressure.
反而会
In
越
fact,
反而是慢。
you think that by taking more, you're moving
这个是
forward, but actually not. You actually slowing
我今
yourself
天
down. This is very
也是
important.
配合这一本
And
书
this is
讲给大家，
everything that I'm talking
把
about
自己的一些经验，
is somewhat related
希
to
望大
is
家
what related to this book, the
从中
content of this
都
book.
可以
I will
得到
hopefully
益
you can benefit from what my experience and my comprehension. That's very important, and we often have to have a remorseful heart, regretful
每做一
heart.
件事情，
Everything that you do
到了晚上
at
或者什
nighttime
么时候，
everything you do at the night, at the end of the night, review
自
it,
己做的对吗？
and you just to evaluate,
只
did
要
I
你
do it
无愧
right?
于自己的心，
And if
你的
you,
心才会
when
清
you have
净。
no guilty feelings, then yes, you have a
你所
pure
做的每
heart.
一样事
Then
情，
what you do is
因
pure.
为无愧于天地，
But
无愧于
because
自己，
everything do
所以
if
你的
you
心无牵
do
挂，
not feel
你
guilty,
的心就会清净。
you do not feel guilty within, and then you will not be shameful when you look at
忏悔
heaven
的心
and look at earth. Then you know you're pure.
才会忏悔。
Then it's very important. You need
忏悔，忏
to
悔，
re-
再忏悔，
you gotta repent all the time. Repent,
还
repent,
省
repent.
反省，
And
再
you
反省。
got to
很多事情
able
都
to
是
remorse, keep
起
remorsing
因都是
and
自己的，
and remorseful
有
toward
因
your own action,
才有后来的。
regretful, and keep asking
很多人
yourself.
事情发生的怎么会发生在我身上？
You know, often when something unpleasant
但是
happen,
你疏
we
忽了
we
这个我是
often
来自
ask,
之前的因。
how come this has happened to me? Why? What happened to me? But do you understand karma,
所以现在呢，
cause and
我们再
condition?
去把这个声音收拾起来。
So
还来得
that
及
what
最
happened,
起码
as soon as you're aware,
现在不种下
then you
这个
can
因，
stop
那以后这个
yourself
果呢，
not
是
to
好的
plant bad seed. Then in the future, you have good fruit. So do not plant any bad seed. Avoid bad fruit,
很
bad
快
karma.
时间就剩下
Now I
好像
tell
只
you,
剩下
time
几
is
分
not
钟
much
时间
left, only a few minutes more.
好吓人，那边
Scary.
好了
There's chairs fell down.
在这里的真的，我希望
Really,
在座
I
的每一位
I hope all
都
of
能
you
够好好的
that
去跟着师尊，
you really using your true effort to follow Grandmaster's
还有在
footsteps,
这里
use
也
the
想插
Grandmaster's
播一下
teaching. I want
很多时
to
候
want
想
to
求师
give
尊
you a little bit
师尊是
more.
无处不在的。
You know, you
为
always
什么这么讲？
you know
这里
you
再给
want
大
to
家一个经验，
pray to
也插播一
Grandmaster
下
for blessing.
双年境界。
But I want to let you know, Grandmasters everywhere. Now I talk
做
about
宁古塔期间发生的很多事情，很多困难。
to building to
那
build
我都是师尊在
the
台
new
湾，
building.
也没去问世啊，也问不到啊。
Of
那只有怎么样？
Mausoleum.
mausoleum。师尊
You know,
啊，
we have gone through a lot
还
of
把这个就是说
columbarium.
变成一
You know,
个
the
一个场所
columbarium, when in the process of
师尊快来
building
帮
it,
忙
you know,
快来
we
帮忙
go through so many
后
obstacles.
来无
And
形
then
之中
out of
自己
panic and desperation, I put my palms together and look up in heaven and say, Grandmaster, help me. Bless me.
南无真佛，爱会，诸佛菩萨摩诃萨。南无，还有一个很久没讲，不好意思，还有一个是很重要，
What's important here?
还有一个是很重要，这是
That's
禅师
fair.
尊。
This is very important. Here you go. Talk about
南
sing to Guru.
彩虹山，
The Rainbow Villa.
双年界，大白
The Lotus Pond.
莲花，
The Bapama Kumara.
莲生
The Living Buddha.
活佛
The Lian-Sheng Living Buddha.
师尊就来了。
Then Grandmaster come as I sing.
由此也告诉你们，
I just want to tell you,
双年境界
the Maha Twin Lotus Pond, a Maha Twin Lotus Pond
是一体的。
is the same as one form.
塔位有限，
And that's only limited.
请大家告诉大家，有福分的
That the blessed one be able to enter to this
到时候
mausoleum,
之后
to this
在美国的条例，你想
columbarium.
增加一个位置都没有。
It's not easy to
绝
enlarge
对的
it.
也不会，到时候也不会在哪里再盖一栋。
And in fact, I tell you, we'll not be able to build another
每
building.
我遇到困难，
If every time I have faced
可以
problem,
学着这样子，
then try to what I do, sing,
慢慢的唱。
sing it with deep
你不
from
觉
the
得
bottom of your heart.
为什么
Sing
我
it
们
slowly.
佛教都是
Why don't
唱
have
的
you
时候是
haven't
慢慢
you
慢慢？这是
have
个
you
慢
ever wondered why do you sing it slowly? Because you want to slow down the rushing heart, the busy heart. So you have the
整个
patience,
心会
like
平静
your
下来，
heart to
所以
come
才会在
come to
佛教里
peace
面
and
唱
calm.
诵
That's why in Buddhism, when we sing, you sing very
灵气
slowly.
也急不得。
Because when you sing it so slowly, of course, people that in a rushing heart, they can't
当你融
sing
入
it
到里
slow.
面的时候，
But you're able to submerge within, the Buddha will come.
师尊
The
讲，
Buddhas will come, Grandmaster will come, the living Buddha Lian-Sheng will come.
所有的海会、真佛海会、
In
诸
fact,
佛
all the
都
true,
会来，
all the true Buddha,
只要你
Buddha, and Bodhisattva in the true Buddha
所以很多时候
sea, the ocean of sea, all
来不到的，
they will come.
无法到师
People
尊
that
身边的
cannot come to see Grandmaster right by herself,
合掌，
then you just put your palms
真诚
together sincerely from the heart and pray.
真佛、诸佛菩萨、
And
护法诸
true
天、师尊都会
Buddha,
来加持你们的。这
the
是
true
真
Buddha,
真的
true
我
Buddha
是亲身
school,
体验过的
a
事
true
实
Buddha assembly, all the Buddha Bodhisattvas,
非常感
Pray
谢
to
炼
them.
金上师与我们
They
分
all will
享师尊
come
的文
truthfully.
集，
It
宝贵的
happened to
读书
me.
心得的
So
精彩要义。让我
pray
们
to
再次
them
以热
from
烈
the
的掌
heart.
声
Thank
感
you
谢炼
once
金上
again,
师。
Master
我们也以热烈的
Lian-Sheng
掌
for
声感谢大
her
家的护持。
teaching,
下
for
星期
his
天同样的
teaching.
时间，下午
And
1
next
点
week,
半
same
到
time,
2点10分，
1:30.
将由新加坡的莲来
Today's
上
book is
师来与大
246.
家分享
Now
师
next
尊的文
week
集
is
第
249
249册，
from
来自佛
Master
国的语言。
Lian-Lai.
欢迎大家踊跃护
talk
持参
about
加，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。
Dharma path to the ultimate. Oh.
阿弥陀佛，在